In this video, we're going over the new top 5 meta loadouts here in Black Ops 6 Season 4. I will be going over both 5 as well as gunfighter class setups. Let's get into it. For class setup number 1, we're taking a look at the AMES 85, which is one of the better long-range meta weapons in Black Ops 6 as well as Warzone. For the optic, we are going to be utilizing the Kepler Microflex. Clean, simple, incredibly easy to use. For the muzzle, we are going to be rolling with the suppressor to keep us off the minimap when firing. For the barrel, we are going to be utilizing the reinforced barrel to improve both damage range and bullet velocity, giving us a very fast and consistent time to kill. For the underbarrel, we are going to be utilizing the brand new G grip attachment, which is going to be improving recoil stabilization, horizontal recoil control, and also hip fire to ADS accuracy. Perfect if you're trying to run and gun. For the magazine, we're going to be running the extended mag 2 option, giving us a very healthy 60 rounds. The AMES 85 is one of those assault rifles where you could run the extended mag 2 choice and it's not going to destroy the handling, which is a massive W. And by the way, if you need help leveling up your weapons, Criminal Mods has your weapon leveling covered. They offer services such as max leveling all of your weapons, as well as unlocking camo challenges all the way up to Dark Matter. So for cheap, reliable, and fast Black Ops 6 services on all platforms, you can use my discount code EARS to save 5% off at Criminal Mods. Link is going to be at the top of the description. For the rear grip on every assault rifle loadout, I recommend putting on the commando grip to improve more aim down sight speed, jumping sprint to fire speed altogether, and jumping aim down sight speed. For the stock, we are going to be rolling with the infiltrator stock so we can have the maximum aim walking movement speed so we can walk around aim down sight, ready to win each and every gunfight. And then finally, for the fire mods, we are going to be utilizing recoil springs to further smooth up the recoil pattern, making this assault rifle incredibly easy to use. Once you go ahead and build this 8 attachment loadout, you are going to be very happy because the AMES 85 is going to have a respectable sprint out, ADS, aim walking movement speed, and legitimately 0 recoil without running a compensator, which is exactly why this is one of the best guns to use in the entire game. This is going to be a great weapon to rock here in Black Ops 6 as well as Warzone. Now, if you do not care about running the gunfighter loadout, I'm going to give you a 5 attachment setup. What you are going to do is remove the extended mag 2 option, the infiltrator stock, as well as the recoil springs. This is going to be a very basic 5 attachment setup, but it's going to be suppressed. And as you can see here, we are still going to have great recoil control as well as handling. Overall, one of the best assault rifles in the entire game, and I cannot believe they actually buffed this in Warzone. So feel free to go ahead and run the AMES and give it a go. For class setup number 2, we're taking a look at the LC-10. Hands down, the best weapon in the entire game. Honestly, it can outgun a lot of the assault rifles. For the optic, we are going to be running the Kepler Microflex because you could build this to be an AR SMG hybrid. For the muzzle, we are going to be utilizing the suppressor just to keep us off the minimap when firing. For the barrel, it's a good option to use the long barrel to give us the maximum damage range, giving us a ridiculously fast time to kill. For the underbarrel, the G grip is fantastic on the LC-10, bumping up that recoil stabilization, horizontal recoil control, hip fire to ADS accuracy. It's the same thing on the ARs and SMGs, which is a massive W, so we can go crazy at close range. For the magazine, the extended mag 2 is not a bad choice. You're giving us 55 rounds, but if you don't want the slower handling, extended mag 1 is also a great choice. For the rear grip, I highly recommend running the ergonomic grip on every submachine gun, improving that dive to fire speed, slide to fire speed, aim down sight speed, and jumping aim down sight speed. You can't go wrong with this. For the stock, we are going to run the balance stock, which is going to be a huge help with the LC-10, improving that strafing movement speed altogether, hip fire movement speed, as well as aim walking movement speed. And finally, for the fire mods, we are going to be utilizing the recoil springs to go ahead and give us even more recoil control. This is going to be quite literally an AR SMG hybrid because, as you can see in the firing range, we are going to have respectable handling, ADS, aim walking movement speed, and literally no recoil. Like, this is AMES 85 level recoil control, which is nuts because it's a submachine gun, and we are also giving a really fast TTK with this. I highly recommend going ahead and taking a look at this SMG. I think they might nerf it down a little bit in a later update because it is entirely too strong. Now, if you only want to run 5 attachments, what you are going to have to do is swap out the extended mag 2 choice for extended mag 1. I do recommend doing this with this submachine gun. We are removing recoil springs. We also are going to be removing the balanced stock and taking off the Kepler Microflex. This is still going to be a solid SMG because we are going to have great handling as well as accuracy. The iron sights, in my personal opinion, are usable. I know some people don't like the iron sight, so if you do actually prefer running an optic, take off the extended mag and swap that out for the Kepler or your choice of optic. But as you can see, it's going to be really easy to use, and we're overall going to be dominating players at all ranges. For class setup number 3, we're taking a look at the CR56 AMAX. The new attachment that was added in Season 4 really goes ahead and makes this weapon a lot better than it was before. For the optic, we are going to be utilizing the Kepler Microflex. For the muzzle, we are going to be rolling with the compensator. We need to bump up that vertical recoil control and additional recoil stabilization. For the barrel, the reinforced barrel is a great choice. For the underbarrel, I highly recommend putting on the G grip. This is fantastic on the AMAX. It's going to pretty much counteract all of the nerfs this weapon did receive in Season 4. For the magazine, extended mag 1 is going to be a great choice. For the rear grip on all assault rifles, it's recommended to run the commando grip. For the stock, I highly recommend putting on the infiltrator stock so we can walk around, aim down sight, ready to win each and every gunfight. And then finally, for the fire mods, we are going to run recoil springs to give us additional recoil control. Once you go ahead and build this 8 attachment class setup, you're going to be very happy because the CR56 AMAX is going to have a fast sprint out, ADS, aim walking speed, which is crazy fast, as well as controllable recoil, even though this weapon did receive a nerf this season. Overall, a fantastic AR. The nice thing about this is we can still get those 3-shot kills to the head, so this is going to be one of the fastest killing weapons in the entire game. That also does have controllable recoil, so make sure you guys go ahead and give this a try, and definitely do not sleep on the G grip with this weapon. Now, if you only want to run the 5 attachment loadout, what you are going to do is remove the extended mag 1. You're going to remove the infiltrator stock as well as the recoil springs. You definitely want to keep the G grip on this weapon at all times to maximize your recoil control. As you can see here, we are still going to have great handling and the recoil control is still going to be there. This is exactly why the AMAX is one of the best guns in the entire game, because the G grip is going to be transformed into assault rifle, allowing us to outgun players very easily at longer ranges without really having to try, and we can still go ahead and get those 3-shot kills, which is going to be super nice and making this weapon incredibly consistent. For class setup number 4, we're taking a look at the C9. The C9 is definitely a handy submachine gun, good at any and all ranges, and the G grip made it better. Now, we don't need to run an optic. The iron sights are perfect with this submachine gun. For the muzzle, we are going to run the compensator. For the barrel, we absolutely must run the long barrel. For the underbarrel, you guys guessed it, we are going to run the G grip. This is fantastic on the C9. For the magazine, we're going to be utilizing the extended mag 2 option, but with the introduction of the G grip, the 10mm auto 30-round mags are also a good option. It just depends on if you want to slow down the fire rate and have a slight bump to a little bit additional recoil. Again, you can run either or. For the rear grip on all submachine guns, we are utilizing the ergonomic grip. For the stock, we are going to be running with the infiltrator stock. And finally, for the fire mods, I highly recommend going ahead and putting on the recoil springs here. This is going to be a great SMG to use. We do have an additional attachment slot because the G grip does go ahead and block the laser. So if you don't like the iron sights for whatever reason, feel free to put on the Kepler. You do have some options here, which is also nice with this SMG. As you can see in the firing range, we are going to have a build that does have a fast sprint out, ADS, aim walking movement speed, as well as very controllable recoil. The G grip is going to make this SMG incredibly easy to handle. That's exactly why I recommend going ahead and running it. It really did make the C9 that much better here in Season 4. And if you only want to use a 5 attachment setup, what you are going to do is remove the extended mag 2 option. You're going to remove the recoil springs. You're just going to go ahead and rock this class setup here. This is going to be maximizing your handling as well as recoil control, and you're going to be overall dominating lobbies here. You don't really need to run extended mag with the C9. As you can see, it's really nice having the infiltrator stock with the submachine gun. It's going to make it one of the fastest SMGs in the entire game, and it's going to give you the capability of outgunning other LC10 users, and that's going to be really important when trying to go ahead and mix up the meta this season. And finally, for class setup number 5, we're taking a look at the SWAT 5.56, but we are going to be converting it to the GRAU. This actually received a buff here in Season 4, which is ridiculous in my personal opinion. For the fire mod, you absolutely must put on the GRAU conversion. This is going to transform this 3-round burst marksman rifle into a full auto assault rifle, which is a massive W. Now, for the next attachment, we are going to go over to the rear grip, and I highly recommend putting on the commander grip because we are transforming a marksman rifle into an assault rifle. This is going to be the attachment of choice. For the magazine, we absolutely must put on the full auto extended mag. Not only is this going to be giving us a nice 50-round magazine, but we're also going to be bumping up recoil stabilization, which is amazing with this assault rifle. For the underbarrel, we are going to run, you guys guessed it, the Ranger foregrip. This is going to be a nice attachment on this AR marksman rifle hybrid. I wish we could go ahead and put on the G grip here, but it's not unlockable for the marksman weapons. It'd be ridiculously overpowered if you could put this on. For the muzzle, we are going to go ahead and put on the suppressor. This is going to be a good attachment so we can keep ourselves off the mini map when firing as well. And for the optic, we are going to go ahead and run the Kepler Microflex to keep things clean, simple, and easy to manage. Now, you do have 2 additional attachment slots that you can go ahead and equip if you want to. For the stock, with this weapon, I do recommend going ahead and putting on the balance stock. This is going to be a nice middle ground to go ahead and give this marksman rifle a nice bump, making it feel more like an assault rifle with that improved movement speed, hip fire movement speed, aim walking movement speed, and strafing movement speed. And we do have the capability of running a laser as well. I don't necessarily recommend running lasers on ARs, but the target laser is going to be a good choice, allowing us to have less sway with aim down sight, and we can also bump up our aim walking steadiness. This is going to be a really unique 8 attachment class setup. You honestly don't need 8 attachments with the SWAT. I honestly don't recommend running 8 attachments on this weapon, but you can see fast sprint out, ADS, aim walking movement speed, and we are going to have a controllable recoil pattern as well. Overall, a fantastic weapon to run in Black Ops 6 as well as Warzone. Make sure you guys go ahead and give this a try. Now, if you only want to run 5 attachments with the SWAT, we are going to go ahead and remove the Kepler Microflex. We are going to remove the balanced stock. We're going to remove the target laser as well. This is going to be a very basic class setup. This is actually what I do recommend, just so you can run additional perks or streaks, because all you need is 5 attachments with this. You can see here, it's going to be a lot easier to use, in my personal opinion, ironically, and we're not going to be giving away our position with that laser. So overall, one of the best weapons to run here in Black Ops 6 as well as Warzone. Very clean, simple, easy to use. You cannot go wrong with this whatsoever. These are going to be the new top 5 meta loadouts to use here in Black Ops 6 Season 4 as of right now. Overall, some solid setups you can run to mix up the meta. Now, for the remainder of all of my loadouts, I always recommend running the Sierra 9mm. This is a great weapon to run just in case you run out of ammo. You can always fall back on this. I do recommend running the knife, and we are running stem shot, blast trap, the assault pack, as well as flat jacket, dispatcher, bankroll as our perk combination. Now, if you do want to run more than 5 attachments on a loadout, gunfighter is mandatory. It's going to be nice on a lot of these weapons. But if you don't want to run more than 5 attachments, feel free to put on perk greed. There are a bunch of great options. Slipstream is nice. Hunter's Instinct is nice. You can go ahead and put on Ghost to keep yourself off the radar if you are playing solo, but I do recommend going ahead and putting Shadow on so you can run over the prox mines as well as the blast traps without actually setting them off, and you're going to be giving yourself access to the strategist specialty, which gives you more score when playing the objective, which means more streaks, more kills, and potentially your first nuke. Overall, a fantastic perk combination. Now, if you don't really care about running additional perks, definitely go ahead and run High Roller, which is going to be giving you an additional score streak. And for the score streak combination, you are going to be running the UAV. I highly recommend putting on the Watchdog Helo, the War Machine with the Wild Card, which is going to be allowing you to actually build up to your next streak, as well as the Harp, so you have an idea where people are at all times. If you tear it up with any of my loadouts, feel free to come back to this video and let me know down in the comment section your best gameplay. If you enjoy, feel free, drop a like in the vid, subscribe to the channel, turn those post notifications, fit in your ears, and I'm gonna catch you guys in the next one. Deuces.